Good morning, YouTube. Today I'm taking you guys along with me going through the whole day to see what I do during the day to build this brand. In the last 30 days, we closed out at $7.4 thousand in sales generated. And mind you, in the first 5 months of the year, really trying to make this beauty brand work, we only made 5.1 thousand. So we really found something that could really grow. The only problem is right now, creative fatigue and the creative pipeline is not strong enough. So I'm with my team doing creative strategy. I'm building out scripts. I'm building out static images, concepts, net new concepts, and iterations. And I'll show you guys everything that I do throughout the day. And then I'll give you guys 3 pieces of advice that you guys can take when building a new brand or trying to do e-com or dropshipping, whatever it is, so that you guys don't get stuck in the 5-month cycle of death, okay? And keep losing money because we are down 30K from it. And we recuperated a lot of that money this last month in August with a 25% profit margin. So let's go jump on the computer. The first thing I do, like you guys know, is I journal, I read, I learn, and then I check the ads. First thing in the morning, I do the reporting for the last day of what happened. Moroccan represent cup. Very hot day, but we got this. We're inside. We're gonna make this work. Q4. So I just finished my morning deep work block. This is the first deep work block that I have for the morning. It ends around 1:30 p.m. And what I try to do in that work block is think everything about creative strategy. So like I told you guys, we're very close to hitting $1,000 plus every day. So our biggest day on August 22 was $956, $200 in ad spend. We're hitting 3x almost every single day. We're profitable at 24 to 28% margin every single day. And then the static really dropped. So what I'm planning right now is to pump out about 40 to 50 creatives every single week. So that is about 20 net new concepts and then about 15 iterations. And then each iteration and each net new has about 3 variations, whether it's static, so changing up the headline, the benefits, all that stuff, or the hook variations for videos. Now, 3 things I realized this morning. The first one was the emotional connection to the first part of the beauty brand. Now, what do I mean by this? When you're starting up in e-com and you have a product and you're like, this product I know is going to sell, I believe in this product, you did your research, you did all the deep research that you need to do to launch this product. And then after 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks of testing it, you see that it's just not catching on. I would move from it right away. That could either be the product is not good or the offer is not good. Sometimes just by bundling it up, just having a different offer in there, maybe putting 2 to 3 different treatments in there, plus a free gift, that could help up bring life to the offer. And then it all goes down to the demographics and psychographics of your customers. Now, this is something we did, and this is why over the last 5 months, from March all the way until July, we just did 5,000 something in sales. And in the last 30 days, which was in the month of August, we did $7,400 in sales at a 24% profit margin. So that's a strategical pivot that you need to do. The next thing is I'm done with saturated products. So if I've seen the product and it is widely available on Amazon, on TikTok Shop, on all these different platforms, I don't do it. Now, the way that I find these products is I really go deep into like China, right? I just speak to my Chinese suppliers. I speak to different people that are sourcing agents and that could see on the Chinese market what new products are coming out. Now, it's pretty hard to do this, but if you have a good connection with China and you have good connection with sourcing agents, or you just built a relationship along the years with them, they're going to tell you what products are specifically selling hot and trending in China, whether that's like all the apps, the live shoppings that they have, the 688, or all these different platforms that they use in China. And that gives you a competitive advantage to bring that product to different markets, whether it's EU, whether it's US, whatever it might be. But for me, I'm mainly in US. This is why I have to hit products that are not widely available in the US. And a lot of people do this, but with the EU market, they see products in the US working very well. They check in EU, the competition, they go on Afterlib, they go on Kalo Data, whatever it might be, and they're like, oh, there's a pocket in Germany that this product is not available. Let's open up that market with that product. That's the second thing that I came up with over the last 30 days, that I really have this full checklist, and I'll put this checklist right here. And if you guys want to, just comment or DM me on IG and I'll send you the Miro board. And this checklist right here is something that I'm going to live by for every single product or offer that I'm creating for our brands. Now, the focus, like I told you guys, I'm not changing this product or this offer right now. This has a lot of potential to work. And this is why I'm really focused on just creating a creative pipeline that is really sustainable, specifically with me as the head creative strategist, and then my team for the creative strategist, and then the video editors and the graphic designers for the statics. And this brings me to my third point, which is the creative strategy. A huge component of your success depends on how good you are at marketing. So this is where I would say 90% of my time is for this brand right now, creating static images, concepts, and also video scripts. Now, I'm doing this in a systematic way so that I don't just throw up shit creatives and just burn money on Meta. So what we did, and I'll open up here my the board that I have, and if you guys also want this board for creative strategy, just message me anywhere and I'll duplicate this board and I'll send it to you. But at the beginning, I just threw like 10 to 20 static images in the ad account. I let it run, and then I do a reporting from it. And this is what I have on the reporting. Firstly, if it's a winner or a loser, how I deem if a static is a winner and when to kill it. So my AOV is about $92. So what I usually let it spend is about $90. If in $90 it doesn't even get one sale, I turn it off. If it does get one sale and that one sale is at a lower AOV, I let it run for one more day. Now in that day, I won't even let it spend the full budget. Around midday, I'll see if it got another sale. If not, I completely turn it off because I know that that ad won't be profitable. And I've seen this over and over again, not only with the little test that we did, but over the last 4 years with all the brands that we worked with the agency, a static or a video. Once you put it on the ads manager, in about a day, you really know if it's going to work. You know if it's going to pick up. I've never seen a creative after 2 days or 3 days of being a loser, it just picks up like that. Like maybe a very rare instant, but usually it doesn't happen. It happens in the first day that you put the budget. It spends on that budget. It spends on that creatives, and you get right away that first, second, third sale, and it's already at 3x on the first day. And that's how I know if it's a winner or loser. So that's the first column that I have when I do my reporting. The next one is the angle. So there's a difference between concept and angle. Concept is the idea, right? The overarching idea of the video or the static, and the angle is the specific buying principle for that image asset or video asset. And I have a huge list here, but for me would be, for example, transformation, looking younger or older, whatever it is. This is in the beauty niche, but then you guys could use it in any other niches. Then there is the social proof, like if it's a social proof angle, if it's a celebrity and influencer, if it's results driven, if it's a comparison of a certain product, if it's an influencer, an authority figure speaking about the product. Those are a bit of the different angles that we have for this beauty brand. So I list specifically what the angle was. Then we have the ad type. The ad type, there's a bunch of them, and I'll name them and I'll put them here as well. So there's the before and afters, the us versus them, headlines and benefits, pricing callouts, social posts, meme styles, SMS, IG benefits, press article, UGC snapshot, and the list goes on. And what I'm trying to find here is the similarity of the winning creative that picked up in sales. What was the angle? What was the ad type? And then I create iterations from that. Now, the way to do iterations, it's specifically on Facebook with in 2025, I would say even Q4 of 2025, they don't like iterations too much. So what I try to do is come up with a kind of a net new image asset or image video, and then I try to iterate a bit the messaging and the script. Now we could go dive into creative strategy on a whole new video, but this is the main framework that I use for looking at what is winning and what is losing. And these losers as well that you have on your reporting, don't just disregard them. Also put in the angle, the ad type, and then have a note section on why you think your hypothesis of why it was a loser. It's important to also learn from these losers because you spent money on Facebook and you gathered data. So by gathering data, you're able to tell, even if you're spending $100, this is low data points, but you could still understand and try to make a hypothesis on why it was a loser so you can actually learn from them. So this is kind of the reporting that I do. And then I wake up every morning, like I did today on my deep work block 1. And I try to create about 2 to 3 net new concepts for statics, and then about 1 or 2 different iterations for statics or videos, depending on what is working in the ad account. So that was the first part of my morning. Now the second part of my day will be specifically just making sure that the fulfillment is good with China. So speaking with the suppliers, we have a huge like a Zapper. My COO did this. It's like everything that every order that comes in from Shopify goes directly to an Excel sheet. Then on the Excel sheet, every day my supplier puts in the tracking numbers, and those tracking numbers get fulfilled directly to Shopify. So I just make sure that everything is correct. And then tonight when my team wakes up, we have a creative strategy call, which is basically going over the last about 3 days, because they were off for Labor Day, going about the last 3 days, which was Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, which is basically the weekend, and see what the results were, what we could learn from it, and what my team is going to work on. So what my video editor is going to edit for this week, making sure the priorities are all set, and what my creative strategist, what type of new scripts and new angles are we going to test, and why. So this is going to be the next half of my day.